Okay, earth signs. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Aries new moon reading. Transformative period for most. For some reason I feel this is a rough time for y'all. It's like the need for speed season. Okay. Let's see. Earth signs. Whoa, fast. 3 of Cups. This can be about like going out, having fun, meeting new people, reconciling with people. This can be like family reunions. This is about like celebration in general with others, being vulnerable with other people. It's like friendship card to me. Maybe you're out drinking like a fish because I just got really parched. Okay. Let's see what's crossing this. The 3 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Waiting on something that you can't see yet. So 3 of Wands, that's like passion. It can be like cross-country travel. It could be something that you've like ordered, maybe, because we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is things in the tangible. It could be like time too, I always think of. But these are like in the bushes. So this person's like planted something and they don't see it yet. It's like waiting on your harvest is what I feel like all this is saying. This person's like looking over their field, looking over their entire domain, and it looks pretty barren, right? There's river there, but this person's just standing there looking out over it. And there's this bush. This person's like hoeing, but they're waiting on the fruit to come. They can't see it. It's like hidden in the bush, okay? Okay, that's interesting. That's what's crossing it. For some reason I'm getting eggs all in one basket. I don't know why. All these things are in this one thing. Let's see what the root of the situation is. This is the most confusing one out of all the readings I've done so far. Okay, the root of the situation is the Chariot. This could be something about moving, subconsciously something about moving, something to do with a car. This is about like taking action on something. This is yin and yang energy to be in balance in order to make things happen type of thing. Subconsciously something needs to happen. Maybe more than just waiting on something that you don't see to happen. Maybe you need some action needs to be taken. You know some action needs to be taken. It's kind of like one of my hurry up cards, that and 8 of Wands. So subconsciously, what is the most recent past? Most recent past, 10 of Cups. Oh, okay, this is not a good card to have in the past. This is like emotional fulfillment. So I say 9 of Cups is when you are completely fine on your own. All of your cups are filled and you have caught in, like you're able to call in the 10th cup, which would be like the husband, child, whatever energy whatever your gender is, doesn't matter. This is like the family card. But only when you're good with yourself are you able to call this in. In the past, it looks like you were able to call this in. In the past, everything you ever wanted. In the past. 10 of Cups. Let's look at the immediate future. Which doesn't have to be bad. I'm just saying, like you've already experienced something. You could still continue to be experiencing it. In the immediate future is the Artist. like maybe you're creating something new. Maybe you are emotionally fulfilled, but like just because you're emotionally fulfilled doesn't mean you just like settle, right? So this is like creator mode. And this is kind of like starting from scratch, I feel like, too. This person's like naked, and drawing something. Like, it feels like they're drawing the castle in the background. Like, where this tree is at is where they're gonna like build this castle at, maybe. Let's look at the current. Oof. Current energy is the Hierophant, which is you. It's Taurus, the energy. Page of Swords. The Hierophant is about like dogma. It can be like commercial businesses. I say it's like 9 to 5 type things, indoctrination. Banks, big institutions. Could be the marriage card. I don't know, I'm all over the place. This is the current energy. It's also Taurus, okay? Page of Swords is kind of like my immature communication. It can be like spying. And I always say it's like spying on social media card, the current new age thing, current tarot. So, I don't know, for some reason I'm getting like communicating poorly about old systems, or like holding on to beliefs about old systems that are like immature in a way. Let's see what is in the environment. So that's your current energy. And the environment is Knight of Cups. This is not being vulnerable. This is someone in the environment who's not being vulnerable, which is, a lot of people say this is like a card of like someone who's too vulnerable, like it could be a proposal card and stuff, but to me I feel like this is someone who is covered. It's like a knight, their cup is empty and they're like shielded from feeling. So this is the environment. What is the advice? Lord of Wands, which kind of reminds me of the 10 of Cups. And this castle, I was saying that's building a castle. This could be like foundation, home, like putting your roots in the ground. Which is funny because I said that the root of the situation was moving. This could be like a marriage card. But again, in this one, it looks like it could be a church, or it could be the castle, which kind of looks like the castle that they're building in the background. This is like the portal, 1111 advice. Put your roots in the ground. That's what I was kidding. Might have something to do with the bank, because current energy might have something to do with the bank. High Priestess. Trust your inner instincts to guide you is the best possible solution. So right now, you're going off of dogma. You're going off of what you've been taught. You're going off of your programming. But the best advice is to trust your instincts. Like, as illogical as something may sound, I know to an earth sign it's really hard to tap into your intuition, tap into your gut, tap into how you're feeling about a certain situation, instead of just going with, maybe like talk to people and, you know, resounding hearsay is not what's going on, but it's just people communicating and triggering each other off of their past experiences, or sharing their past experiences. But this is saying, like, trust your intuition about your situation. The thing is Ace of Cups. It could be about new love, being vulnerable with someone. I was saying, like, the 9 of Cups is like being good with yourself. This is about that 10th cup coming in. It's like trusting your gut about whatever has come in the past. Like, trust your gut on it, I feel like. Alright, let's read. I always use books as an oracle. Okay, so this is page 24, which is a 6, which is about getting in alignment, going with the flow. And it says, the unwritten law cannot be learned. It must be evolved within the spiritual body of the aspiring seeker through right thought, right emotion, and right action. When the student has actually reached the point of self-mastery, then, and then only, the vows assume their correct positions. The sacred centers are opened, and the master's word, the key to all creation, is found in man, and the student becomes a master of the sacred name. So this is the Sacred Magic of the Kabbalah, which is funny because it's talking about mastery, and the only other book I have here is Mastery, Robert Greene. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Kind of makes me want to read a little bit out of this one too. It's just funny because I have this check turned to this page. I didn't even know it was in there. I've already taken it to the bank, I'm sure. Okay. Okay, so it is hard to say exactly why masters are able to retain their childlike spirit while accumulating facts and knowledge when such a feat has been difficult, if not impossible, for so many. Perhaps they found it harder to let go of childhood, or perhaps at some point they intuited the powers they could have by keeping their childhood spirit alive and bringing it to bear in their work. In any event, achieving the dimensional mind is never easy. Often the childlike spirit of masters lies dormant in the apprenticeship phase as they patiently absorb all of the details of their field. This spirit then comes back to them as they attain the freedom and opportunity to actively use the knowledge they have gained. Often it is a struggle, and masters go through a crisis as they deal with the demands of others to conform and be more conventional. Under such pressure, they may try to repress their creative spirit, but often it comes back later with double intensity. Understand, we all possess an important creative force that wants to become active. This is the gift of our original mind, which reveals such potential. The human mind is naturally creative, constantly looking to make associations and connections between things and ideas. It wants to explore, to discover new aspects of the world, and to invent. To express this creative force is our greatest desire, and the stifling of it the source of our misery. What kills the creative force is not age or lack of talent, but our own spirit, our own attitude. We become too comfortable with the knowledge we have gained in our apprenticeships. We grow afraid of entertaining new ideas and the effort that this requires. To think more flexibly entails a risk. We could fail and be ridiculed. We prefer to live with familiar ideas and habits of thinking, but we pay a steep price for this. Our minds go dead from the lack of challenge and novelty. We reach a limit in our field and lose control over our fate because we become replaceable. And this goes so well with this current energy right here, which I felt like, I was like, this is like immature communication. And then this is like, Hierophant is like dogma and indoctrination. And again, this is like that childlike, like look how childlike, like skipping around with their sword, which is logic, like skipping around with logic, right? But this is like the teacher being like, that's wrong, or that's like going to the principal's office, that's like, that's wrong, right? And this could be like, why, like somebody's guarded in your environment, or you're guarded in your environment. Like, this could be like stifling energy that you're going through. And it's funny that saying like, trust your gut and go with your childlike energy. We're all supposed to be different. We're not all supposed to be the same. I know it's really hard for the 3D earth signs. You are all manifested. Just like all of us, we were all manifested. Before we were here, we were not. Okay, just like any idea or concept. Before we were here, we were not. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. Good luck with Aries new moon earth signs. Happy, I don't even know what date it is.